Hello and welcome to the May Adopt a Dolphin e-update. I'm Charlie Phillips. You might remember in last month's update we asked you to send in some questions so that I could maybe answer them as a video Q&A as we're having just now, and boy have you sent in some cracking questions, and lots of them too. Many more than we've got time to do today. I'll do maybe half a dozen or so just now, and we'll see how we get on. First question up, Liz asks, when's the best time to see dolphins at Chanonry Point if I'm coming in March or April? Well, I would say, Liz, April is best because that's when there are more salmon around. March might be a little bit on the quiet side, so maybe April, and as late as you can in April too. Elizabeth asks, what gives dolphins their blue-grey colour? Well, many dolphins have a coloration that we call counter shading. The skin on the very back and dorsal fin of the dolphin tends to be darker than the white underbelly, and this is a protective thing. It's almost like camouflage. So all dolphins are different colours, different shades. Our big bottlenose dolphins up here are quite dark on the back, tapering down to a light grey and then a white tummy. The big orcas, the biggest dolphins of the lot, they're strikingly black and white. Common dolphins, one of my favourite species, they've got a beautiful tan patch on the side, and you see that when they're leaping out the water at high speed. They're lovely to watch. They're really good. And talking about dolphins leaping out the water, that's the next question. Why do dolphins leap in and out of the water? Well, dolphins are a very active species. They can communicate with each other through sound, but they can also communicate to each other almost the same as we do by body language. And some of the jumping out of the water, the breaching as we call it, this is actually to do with body language. And to other dolphins, it actually means something. So, good question. Louise asks, is it possible for dolphins and orcas or dolphins and whales to be friends? Well, yes, it is. And we sometimes see this. Great big whales like humpbacks, sei whales, blue whales, when they're traveling along, they travel near the surface of the sea. And you'll quite often see footage of pods of dolphins swimming alongside them, sometimes even bow riding the big surf at the front of the whale's head. And we think that's actually what dolphins sometimes do to our shipping. They actually pretend that they're big whales and they're actually getting a push along with the waves. And they can. We've had many instances of orcas, or killer whales as they're sometimes called, travelling along, and there's dolphins and porpoises beside them. Absolutely no bother at all. So yeah, they can be, and we do know that. We've got plenty of stories about that. Abby asks, do you have a favourite dolphin sighting? If so, what is it and why? Well, I've got to go back quite a while for my favourite dolphin sighting of all, and that was in September 2007, when my favourite dolphin, Keslet, actually gave birth to baby Charlie. That was my favourite dolphin sighting of all time. I saw Keslet only a day or two after she'd had Charlie, and it was one of the greatest things that I've ever seen in the natural world, and certainly with these dolphins. I've seen the baby dolphins when they're only hours old, and it's always a wonderful thing, but very few compared to that. Absolutely brilliant. Naomi asks, when do you normally see Spirit, and when is she away somewhere else? Well, I'm hoping round about now that Spirit will be starting to come in from the open sea, maybe start hanging around Moray Firth, and maybe even come down to Chanonry Point. Who knows? There are some salmon, some migratory salmon coming in just now, and Spirit has a 3-year-old youngster with her, so she could do with some food, because that baby might still be getting a little bit of milk, but at this time I would think it's maybe onto solid food now. It'll be eating little sprats and small stuff, but Spirit will be revving up nicely to get some nice salmon. She'll be needing that. When's she away somewhere else? Normally around about the winter time. The last sightings I normally have of Spirit are around about October into November, and then after that her and her friends tend to move away further from land, and I can't see them. So that was a good question, Naomi. Thank you very much. And last question for now. Ashley, age 10, asks, how do dolphins sleep? This is a brilliant question. This is an absolutely brilliant question. Dolphins have big, complicated brains, the same as we do, but they don't breathe in the same as we do. They actually have a method of shutting down half of their brain, and that half rests while the other half takes over to control things like breathing and being aware of any danger that's round about them. To give it its scientific name, it's called unihemispheric sleep. That's a bit of a mouthful. So yes, they have to be actually careful how they actually rest, because if they go under the water and forget to breathe, then they can actually drown. So it's a tricky thing being a whale or a dolphin trying to breathe, because they don't automatically breathe the same as we do. Anyway, that's as much as I can do just now, and thank you very much for your questions. We'll probably have more later, but for now, thanks for your support, and until next time, bye for now.